Jared from Subway? Oh, whatever. Here's my first issue.
I'm not a comic book writer. At least I'm not a published one. So, take all of the things I'm about to say with a grain of salt. I don't hate the Deadpool comics. But are they really bad nowadays? Like how everybody is portraying them to be, about how, well, Deadpool is better? Let's take a deep dive-ish here. I only have one Deadpool comic, and it's the original. Now, when I say first Deadpool comic, I mean Deadpool's first appearance, not his first ever solo comic. His first ever appearance was in, I believe, New Mutants, number, doesn't say it, but here it is. Where in the original, he wasn't some fourth wall breaking universe. He didn't even meet Wolverine in his first appearance. Before I even talk about Deadpool, let's talk about this comic first, where I will talk about Deadpool. The comic was written by Fiab Nicieza. I probably pronounced that wrong. And was drawn by Rob Liefeld, who, according to my old English history teacher, his art was not good, and everyone copied it. You can tell by how he draws feet, which you can't see in this picture, but you'll see later in the comic. Now, the comic starts with this dude named Gideon. He's training, as you can clearly see in this next page. Anyway, after this, he talks about, attacking someone or something. He continues to train. Then there's a Mega Man 3 advertisement. He finishes training. And then it cuts to the current New Mutants. I'm pretty sure that's Cable, actually. And I don't know, and that's somebody. I don't think he's relevant anymore, but Cable is. They finish up their training. More training. One thing I really didn't like about this art was that the eyes, their eyes were never open. Also, Silver Surfer video game. Then there's this dude. He's poisoned by this lady, whose name is something. Oh, her name is Eve. They cuts to these guys and Bart Simpson's in the background. They're talking about something. Then it cuts to this dude getting shot. Cable gets shot. And then enter Deadpool. Get wrecked, fool. I've been rule. So, this dude, he got hired by this dude, Mr. Tolliver, who is trying to kill Cable. I don't know what the context of this scene is, so before you ask, he's getting paid like a lot for this. And yeah, they get into a fight. And there's my issue about, like, look at his legs, dude. Little, like, triangle feet. Like, look at that, dude. This is Domino's first appearance. Fun fact. And back to the comic. Sorry, my brother's screaming in the background. Anyway, he gets shot by fire, dude, which is what I'm gonna call him because I don't feel like saying his name. It's like something. It's like John. I'm gonna call him John. So anyway, he captures John, fire guy, with this incredible. See, as much as people want to say, as much as I want to say, I don't like this art. This is amazing art, dude. This was spiderwebs, which I know he was trying to like make his own Deadpool. I know this because I watched Comic Drake. So he ties up everybody, and then he gets saved. And then these guys all get saved by like Domino, who also has a Deadpool eye, which is pretty cool. Then there's just this. They type Deadpool, and we don't see Deadpool for the rest of the issue. No, look, ask anyone who's probably ever watched Comic Drake before, could probably tell you and seen the Deadpool video. The dude who's making Deadpool was told to make his own, like, Spider-Man. And, as we all know, Wade Wilson, Wade Wilson, Deadpool, and Slade Wilson, Deathstroke. P.S. Do you guys think Deathstroke was on the island? If you do, you're probably correct. Um, and yeah, that's why Deadpool is pretty much just a Spider-Man, but Deathstroke. Let's talk about his current comic iteration. Actually, before I get into the current iteration of Deadpool, let's talk about Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe, which I don't own. So here's a PNG of it right here. Let's talk about it. Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe consists of his one of his inner voices getting really loud, so he decides to kill the Marvel Universe, which leads to him dying, then coming back, then killing people, then dying, then coming back, then killing people. Then he gets killed by the Hulk, then he comes back and he kills people over and over again until he comes to the real life and kills people. And then, we needed a fourth issue. We only got 3 for some reason. That, and we also need a 3rd issue of the Nightmare on Elm Street Marvel. But that's Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe. This is editing me. I found out that they did this at least 2 other times. I can't find any other versions. They did this 2 other times, which is pretty cool. Here they are right there. Also, you should leave a comment telling me if I should get Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe, all 3 issues that there are, and compare it to Old Man Logan, because I have that. It's probably one of my favorite comics I got so far. I got way more DC comics than Marvel comics, so... Also, I plan on reading some Secret Wars. Now, current Deadpool is pretty much just fourth wall breaking, wacky antics, which most people, if they're normal, they don't like that stuff. But me, I'm not normal, so I like that. I liked the original Stanley Kiss mask. I liked the mask. Current Deadpool, I like that a lot more than current comics Deadpool. I'm a fan of current comics Deadpool. I'll admit it. Sometimes I don't like how he's all like, "Ooh, I'm gonna break the fourth wall" as like a joke, and everyone's around him like, "Dude, are you insane?" Give me a second, I need to breathe. I took in way too big of a breath of air and I haven't used it yet. Took this time to think about why Deadpool currently is not very liked. Okay, so current OG Deadpool. He was a little jokester. He was like Spider-Man. He wasn't all like meta humor every like 10 seconds the current Deadpool. If I were to compare current Deadpool to anybody, I would compare him to like Rick Sanchez or something, where there was like fourth wall breaking. I'd solo everyone because blah blah blah. I got a bunch of weapons and stuff. Which, first of all, fun fact: Deadpool wasn't even the first one to kill the Marvel Universe. That was Punisher, right here. Pretty cool, right? Did you know Punisher also fought Eminem? Right here. Pretty cool, right? Now, real quick, let's talk about a comic complaint that even I complained about, like, just then. If you were not listening, I was just complaining about the fourth wall breaking. You wanna know why Deadpool fourth wall breaks? It's 'cause he's so insane, he thinks he's in a comic. He doesn't know. He just thinks so. So he fourth wall breaks, and he's coincidentally looking at us. And I can't find the panel, but I know that there is a panel where Deadpool is, like, looking at a wall, breaking the fourth wall. I was gonna say that rhymed, but it's just the exact same word. And Spider-Man's like, "Dude, what are you even talking about?" And that's how we found that out. Now let's talk about the flaws with old Deadpool. One of my flaws with old Deadpool is the glaze he gets. Like, look, he was a cool guy when he in his first appearance. I'll say that. I don't like how everyone's like, he was so much better than original Deadpool. He was. You have no idea how much better old Deadpool was than current Deadpool. Current Deadpool is a loser, and anyone who likes his comics is a loser. And current Deadpool was so goated. He was like Superman. He was that goated. He was like Prime Shazam. That's how good he was. That's like, I get I'm like really over exaggerating it, but I've unironically seen people be like that. Which is because, like, I had flaws with both characters, and one of my favorite interpretations of the Deadpool character that's accurate to technically both is the Deadpool movies. One of my main, like, pluses, I like how it combines the more, like, darker tones and sillier tones of the current Deadpool and the simplicity of old Deadpool. I like how, like, randomly it'll just be random violence, and that's pretty cool. I like how he'll break the fourth wall. I like how Goofy is, because he knows that he's immortal and he probably won't ever face a punishment. Oh yeah, speaking of why he's, like, immortal and, like, can, like, regenerate, the original reason was that he was in love with Lady Death, and Thanos made it so that he couldn't die because Lady Death was, like, Thanos' just a crush. But then eventually that was decanonized thanks to, like, it was like One More Day or something, but for Deadpool. And he had cancer and he had to get that treated, which is the new one. So he was effectively actually immortal, but now it's like if you erase every atom in his body, he's gonna be gone forever. Which actually happened in one comic where he finally wanted to die because everyone else was dead. And yeah, that's Deadpool. That's my favorite Deadpool iteration where they pretty much combine it. Deadpool and Wolverine, though.
Oh, is it me? Well, here's my first issue. I barely even know enough about you to diss you. What do you guys honestly think?